Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Good day, students. Today let's see the 6th unit supplementary, The Little Hero of Holland, written by Mary Mapps Dodge, year 1831 to 1905, an American author and editor. In 1873, in the midst of an economic depression, Dodge was asked to become editor of the children's magazine, St. Nicholas. She conducted St. Nicholas for more than 30 years and it became one of the most successful magazines for children with a circulation of almost 70,000 copies. The Little Hero of Holland is a true story of a little boy with a brave heart. He saved his fellow men with a brave act. The author describes in this story how a boy of 8 saved Holland from drowning. The characters in this supplementary are Peter, that is 8-year-old boy, brave little hero, Peter's father, Peter's mother, Peter's friend who was blind, Peter's siblings, and a man walking on the dike who rescued Peter. Now let's see the story. Holland is a country where much of the land lies below the sea level. It has a great wall. That great wall's called dikes that keeps from being destroyed by the North Sea. That is, those dikes kept the sea running into the land. People know that they have to take care of the dikes to live safely. Even the children of Holland know that the hole in the dike, which is no longer than a finger, can be very dangerous. Many years ago, a boy called Peter lived in Holland. His father was the gatekeeper of the dikes. He opened and closed the gates to allow the ships to pass out of Holland's canals into the Great Sea. When Peter was 8 years old, his mother called him and asked him to give cakes to his blind friend. It was an early fall season. His mother advised him to return before it was dark. He knew well about his country, Holland. He admired the dikes which was built by his country people. The dikes held back the sea and kept the fields from flooding. Peter gave cakes to his blind friend and remembered to get back early. On his way back, he noticed that the rains had swollen the water in the canal, beating against the dike. Just then, he heard a noise of trickling water. He saw a leak in the dike. There was a hole in it. He knew that such a hole was very bad and it was very dangerous. He was afraid that the sea might flood the town and the crops would die and the townspeople would starve. Being a child, he did not know what to do, so he ran to town to try and find help. He called out, but no one could hear him because the wind was blowing so hard. Realizing the danger, he climbed down the side of the dike and thrust his finger into the tiny hole. The flowing of the water stopped. He stayed there very long, shouted for help and screamed. No one came. His arm ached and grew stiff. He shouted for his mother. His mother searched for him and thought he was spending the night with his blind friend. Peter stayed there all night, keeping the sea out from entering into the country. The stormy night went on and on. He was weary. Early the next morning, a man who was going to work, heard a groan. When he looked down, he saw a boy clinging on the wall. The boy answered that he was keeping the water under control. The news went round the town and people came with shovels to close the hole. The boy was carried home. Then the whole town came to know that Peter saved the whole country. Still, people remember the bravery of Peter. His village people celebrated him. Thus, he became a brave hero. He came to be called the little hero of Holland. Peter, despite being 8 years old, proved his ardent patriotism in action. He is called as the little hero of Holland. Children, to do a good thing, you do not have to wait to grow up. You can do good things at a very young age. If you want to help others, you will always find an opportunity to do so. Thank you everyone. Have a great day.